What have you seen? What have you seen so far? And obviously, they've got 2 weeks to prepare for the things that you present at them. What kind of concerns does that give you?
Well, I mean, that's out of your control. I mean, that's how it worked out for them. But I think we're in great shape. Our guys understand what we want to accomplish. We don't change. We got a nice scheme in place, and so we're going to do what we do.
They got a new offensive coordinator, but Bob Stoops is still the head coach. How much does that play into what you do as you plan and get ready for their offense?
Well, I think you have to take into account. They didn't bring him in there not to run what he does, and so you really have to study. And he's a very intelligent young coach. Has done a great job wherever he's been, and so you just got to break him down and figure out how can you attack him and get done what we need to get done.
Have you found yourself eating a little more lunch with Mitchell to kind of pick his brain on what he knows about Riley and his time with him?
Well, we do in our staff meetings. There's no question about it. When I was living in Charlotte, I was fortunate where I got to go up to East Carolina and watch him practice because we had a lot of downtime. So it pays off now. He doesn't know I was standing right behind him. No, just kidding.
But everybody knows everybody in the sport.
Right.
There's no secrets.
Right.
Everybody knows what's
That's
going on.
No question about it.
Yeah. What do you like about what you've seen from what they've done so far in 3 games?
Well, obviously they know how to finish things. They know how to utilize their talent, and they make you play fast. Which is our style too. So we're used to that. So it doesn't throw us off as it might throw some other teams off. But you have to stay ready when you play a team like this.
The last 2 weeks you had a mobile quarterback, a pocket passer. Now you've got a kid that gets out a little bit. How much more of a concern does that give you, knowing that this kid can get out and run and their receivers can go that way?
Well, I think as every quarterback you study, where does he want to escape? Because everybody's got their comfort zone. And so we've been studying is where is he going to escape to? And so kind of in our back pocket, I know where he likes to run.
Mm-hmm. And try to get him to go the other way or keep him where he's stationary?
Keep him uncomfortable.
They haven't used Perine the way they used him last year. But is that in the back of your mind to know that they've got this kid that they can use and maybe go unbalanced or do some things that they did to you last year?
Well, there's no question. I think, you're going to utilize what you have, and you're going to keep building. Each game plan will change, as you progress. I mean, like all of us, we're trying to keep implementing more things as the season goes on. You start off with a limited package, and your package keeps growing as the weeks grow.
How about your kids? Where have you seen the growth and development over the 3 games that you've had them so far?
Well, each game they've gotten better. We're very pleased with them. They've bought into understanding what they want to accomplish and what the challenges are presented in front of them. So, and I think that they're really working hard on their techniques and really focused in and zeroed in on what they need to accomplish.
How did they grade out last week against Maryland? Pretty good offensive line. They hadn't given up a sack this year coming into the game. How did they?
Yeah, I think we were fair. We've been very consistent, which is the thing we were looking forward to do. Very consistent.
Yeah.